Your host Christian Trinity, featuring Christian Prince, an educational Christian video.
An Egyptian Coptic, Africa. How the son will be the father of the Arab if the Arab were exist at that time, before Ishmael was born. This is according to the Muslims' books. According to Muslims, that Ishmael, he was 14 years old, first time when he heard the word Arab. But in Genesis 21, verse 21, says clearly that the mother of Ishmael took her son, and she went back to Egypt, and she married her son to an Egyptian woman. So simply, it's a fiction lie. It's not true. They are trying to give Muhammad a legitimate name by attaching him to Abraham. The person who have a very filthy name, change your name if you want to come to the stage, otherwise I will block you. All right? Don't use filthy language. Any Muhammadan? No Muhammadan here? Well, this person who is using such a filthy name, he must be a trashy person. Anyone? We didn't have the two they used to be here yesterday. All right, let's take the first person. Go ahead, warrior.
CP, how are you?
Hello.
Hello, how are you, CP?
I'm fine.
So, how's going on?
You came to the stage to tell me what's going on?
Sorry?
You came to the stage to ask me what's going on?
No, I'm just asking as casually.
What?
I'm just asking. I don't know what to ask you.
Okay, don't ask me anything then. Nobody is forcing you to come to the stage, my friend. So you come to the stage to tell me what's going on? I'm going on. Go ahead, Tidi.
Christian Prince, how are you?
I'm fine. Are you a Muslim?
I am not. I'm from Russia, and I just wanted to add something because I haven't heard you speak about this before, and I think everybody should know this as our Christians and Christian sisters and brothers.
All right.
Basically, in Russia, because I speak Russian, I have heard Kadyrov's Muslim military leaders speak to converts, and basically they say to all these Orthodox Christians that don't know Christianity, they say we're serving and we're waiting for the same Jesus. And because they don't know who Jesus is, they only heard it from their popes. And I'm from Moscow originally, and a lot of people in Moscow are extremely dissatisfied with all these Muslim thugs that Putin has enabled to pretty much break any laws. They can race through traffic lights, usually on really fancy Mercedes Jeeps, and scream obscenities, and they get in fights with local police, even Secret Service, because they think they're above the law. They're basically following Sharia, and so the laws of Russia mean nothing to them. And although Putin says that he's building all these children's parks and everything else for the future, what he's also done is he said that to a family that has multiple children, I will pay them extra money. Well, guess who took advantage of that? Muslims. And so now they're popping out 10, 20 kids per female, and basically the next 20 years to come is going to be the Russia's downfall, because he's pretty much preparing the stage for them to take over. Now you have the Muslims in the leadership in the military. They're speaking on behalf of Russian military. And so I think Russia is in big doo-doo, and Putin much single-handedly took Russia into Ezekiel 38.
Well, this is not the fault of the Muslims. This is what the Russians did to themselves. So, it's obvious this guy, he is giving a lot of control to Kadyrov. He used them to protect his position as a gang. Anyone who opposed him, he asked that Kadyrov to send somebody to assassinate the person who opposed him, as what happened to all those who oppose him. And if the Muslim in the street, they can beat someone as a Russian and he don't do anything, well, this is the fault of the Russian too, because still at the end of the day, they are the majority. If you decide to be a coward, you are a coward. Nobody can protect you. If you are waiting for Putin to protect you, this person is for sale. He sold all his friends. He sold the Assad, he sold the Armenian, and he sold the Russian. So if you are waiting, if you are waiting for somebody to help, nobody will help you. So instead of complaining, the Russian people, they need to do something about it to get rid of this guy. Otherwise, nobody can help.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yes, and he also
about the
enables
children,
them in ways more than one. So basically, they're allowed to pray in the malls. They climb on furniture like monkeys over there, and nobody can say anything to them. So the life is changing. And by the way, he built 8,000 mosques in Russia. I don't know if anyone knows that or not, but he is the guy that claims that he is Christian. He says Quran is a holy book. No Christian can say that Quran is a holy book if they're truly Christian.
What
And
is
this guy
the
says Quran is a holy book. He licks
this
Quran.
this patriarch, the patriarch of the Orthodox in Moscow, he have a big mouth to speak against Ukraine, against America, against etc., against everybody, but he have no mouth to speak to you. To Putin says, "What are you doing?" Where is his mouth?
Well, he's on his payroll like all the other high up politicians, and pretty much
Exactly.
unless you want to fall out of slip and fall out of the window,
Yeah.
or die from a disease accidentally, they don't want to do it.
Yeah, they are corrupt. They are corrupt, and they prefer to go with it. Otherwise, they might pay the consequence. They are not people of God. So the only way then, I don't know if you live abroad, make videos, my videos, translate, make subtitle, let the Russian have awareness. I have my books in Russians. You can download them for free. Share them around.
Yeah. Actually, I'm good in English, and I live in the States right now. But I've bought your books, and I'm actually engaging them in whatever capacity I can on the internet and sharing with my friends, because they're absolutely oblivious to anything that you're saying. Most of the people in Russia don't even understand Christianity to begin with, let alone the complexities of Islam. I mean, the stupidity. But they seem to be very uninformed.
Share my Russian books, because most of Russian don't speak, English. So you have my Russian books for free. You can share them in any Russian website you wish for free.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you're doing. I won't take up any more of your time. Just wanted
And
to
we
say
pray.
blessings of the Lord to you.
And I pray that the Lord will take the life of this Putin as soon as possible.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I pray that will happen.
Thank you, Christian.
I used to think about him in different way, by the way. I used to think about him that he is a good guy. He is not allowing the woke culture, but he is doing what is more horrible. He is implementing Islam, supporting Islam, and bringing the terrorists and give them upper hand over the Christians. And I saw many videos.
Exactly.
I saw a guy from Chechnya, from Kadyrov men, driving a very fancy Mercedes with a bunch of Mercedes behind him. And there was a checkpoint by Russian soldiers. They came down to beat him. He's a police.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens in Moscow. They say Sharia is their only law, and so they dismiss the Russian law, and then Putin covers it up. There was an instance when there was supposed to be a raid on a mosque, and the mosque called Kadyrov called Putin, and they called off the raid. And so the police was basically flabbergasted. They said, how is this even possible? Like, why are we allowing them to do this?
Yeah.
But it's happening, and it's real.
Kadyrov, he posted a video of his son beating a teenage guy who insulted the Quran, and no police, no government, no Putin did anything. He's a Russian Christian boy. He was beaten. He could not defend himself. And Kadyrov is so proud about his son beating a Russian Christian boy in the street. And Putin, he saw nothing, he heard nothing, he did nothing. And in the top of that, he made a law, as you said, that anyone criticize Islam, he will go to jail. So Putin is a very filthy scumbag. He's a very evil, filthy scumbag. He proven to us that he is Antichrist. There's no question about it.
Yeah, because nobody that says they're Christian can say Quran is a holy book. Just by that definition, it is enough to make him a Christian reprobate. And I think that because Russia is so pacified into believing this idea that he is the only daddy and everybody else is a toddler, I think Russia has a very bad future. Especially Putin says that he is very pleased that Islam is growing in Russia. What Christian would say that if he was really a Christian?
Yeah, well, he's a corrupt man. He don't care what will happen. He's a KGB, he don't care for religion, in fact. But he used Muslims for his own glory. So the more he glorify Muslims and Islam, the more they support him, and this is all what he wants, And he used them in the case, like when this guy, the leader of Wagner, he was angry from Putin. He said he will march to Moscow. Who was the first one Putin he called? Did he call his army? No, he called Kadyrov to send his troops, which they run away from Ukraine, defeated miserably, to go in front of Wagner to stop him from marching to Moscow. Then this guy, they made him agree, not to do anything. A month after, he killed him.
Yeah, they pretty much made him wait for his own execution. They pacified him and then made him wait for his own execution.
Yeah.
Just like everyone else. All his opponents, they fall out of the windows, they slip and fall.
And not only that, he gave the business of this guy to Kadyrov. The same business.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying I am personally Yeah, I'm personally very concerned for Russia because I'm seeing these things. Of course, this is nowhere to be heard on Russian television. They're all glorifying Islam right now. They're trying to merge it. They're trying to secularize the religion because they're taking the essence out of religion. They're taking the spirit of Jesus out of Christianity. And you know, one last thing I want to tell you that really bothered me is because I was watching the Russian Christmas address when the patriarch allegedly was giving a speech to Russian clergy, and there was a screenshot where they transferred it on Putin. I guess he showed up or something, and they interrupted the speech of the patriarch to say that, oh, look, there's Putin. So that's just, I mean, I don't have the words to describe it. That's beyond me because this is not Christianity, whatever they want to call what they're
Well,
doing there, but it's
you
not
know, you see,
Christianity.
this is why I don't like the traditional churches no more.
To be continued. If you enjoyed this video, consider buying me a coffee. With that, you be helping me put out more educational Christian videos. Thank you.